Hello everybody, hope you all enjoyed your weekend. Today our English lesson is about grammar and we are going to talk about singular and plural nouns. Ready? Let's get started. So what are our learning objectives for today? Today we are going to learn the difference between singular and plural nouns and how to change a singular noun into a plural one. We are going also to learn the spelling rules of changing singular into plural. And finally, we're going to learn about some irregular plural noun forms. Success criteria. By the end of our lesson, you should be able to tell singular from plural nouns, change a singular noun into a plural one, apply the correct spelling rule as you change a singular noun into a plural one, and also recognize some irregular plural forms. Singular versus plural. So how do we know that a noun is singular while another one is plural? Well, simply, the word singular means just one of something. So when you have only one of that thing, like a house, a dog, a boy, a cucumber, a girl, this A representing number one of that thing, then it means we have a singular noun. However, when we have a plural noun, then we have two or more of that thing. So the word a plural means more than one of something, two and more. For example, houses, dogs, cucumbers, boys, etc. To help you just remember and link the word singular to something, then just remember that the word singular is very similar to single. This can help us just remember the meaning of singular and plural. How do we change singular into plural? Is there a rule? Yes, there is a rule. What is the rule then? Well, let's discover together. I will read for you the examples in column 1. They are sentences that have singular nouns and they are changed into plural in the second column. So please pay attention and especially to the red words. I can see a boat coming. I can see many boats coming. My dad has one car. My dad has two cars. There is one house on the street. There are a lot of houses on the street. So, if you look carefully, you will notice that to change a noun from singular into plural, you just add s to the end of the singular noun. So, boat in singular becomes boats in plural, car, cars, house, houses. But I intentionally started with examples as sentences because I wanted also to draw your attention to something. Like when you have a word, a singular noun in a sentence, I want you please to pay attention to everything. So when you want to change it from singular into plural inside a sentence, you need to do all the other changes. Like for example, in sentence 1, you have I can see a boat, and then when you make it to plural, you say I can see many boats. Of course, you can say 2 boats, 3 boats, anything that refers to plural. So A refers to singular, and when you change the word after it, the singular noun into plural, you need to pay attention. So you delete, you omit A, and then you add S to the end of the singular noun. And of course, you can add anything that refers to plural before it. Please pay attention to this very well. So we said, to change a noun from singular into plural, we add s to the end of the singular noun. But does this apply every time I want to change a singular noun into plural? Like I just go and add s to the end of the singular noun? Unfortunately, no. In English, we always have exceptions. So let's learn the spelling rules of how to change a singular noun into plural. Spelling rule number 1. Singular nouns ending in s X, Z, CH, or SH, and some ending in O form the plural by adding ES. Let's see some examples. Bus, buses. Box, boxes. Wish, wishes. Watch, watches. Fuzz, fuzzes. Potato, potatoes. I'm sure you can write much more, so you can take a paper and your pencil and write down as much as of those ending in one of these letters and note them down. I want to draw your attention here to something, like that is a word that you always use and it might be frightening to you. Quiz ending in the. How do you make the plural form? If you apply the rule, then you add es, it becomes quizzes. I just want to draw your attention here that you need to double z in this word only. Okay, take note. And for potato, I marked it with the asterisk because I wanted to tell you some other nouns, because we said like not all of the nouns ending in o add es. So let me give you some nouns that add es when you make the plural form. Tomato, tomatoes, you add es. Hero, you also add es. But notice, when you want to make the plural form of the noun video, you put only s. Photo, the same, only s. Piano, the same, only s. Spelling rule number 2. This is about nouns ending in y, and this is very similar to something we learned before, adding s to verbs with the pronouns he, she, it. So you remember we used to look at the verb and see if before y there was a consonant, then we used to drop y and add ies to the verb, and if before y there was a vowel, then we used to leave y as it is and add s. So the rule says singular nouns ending in y preceded by a consonant form the plural by dropping the y and adding ies. Examples: baby. See, we have y. Before y, what do we have? We have b, consonant, b, consonant. So drop y, add ies. Babies. The same happens for spy. P, consonant. Before y, what do? We drop y and we add ies. So spy, spies. However, singular nouns ending in y preceded by a vowel form the plural following the general rule, which is adding s. Examples: boy. What do we have before y? O. O is a consonant or vowel? It is a consonant. No, it's a vowel. Okay, so what do? We just put s. Boy, boys. The same for valley. We have e, vowel sound before y. What do? We just add s. Also, I'm sure you have so many examples to give. Please take your paper again and write them down. Spelling rule 3 is about nouns that end in f. So, how do we change a noun ending in f into plural? Nouns that end in f usually form the plural by dropping the f and adding ves. Some examples: thief. So drop f, add ves, it becomes thieves. The same for leaf. Plural form will be leaves. Also, wife, wives. Elf, elves. However, some nouns that end in f form the plural by simply adding s. Also some examples: cliff, cliffs. Roof, roofs. Now you might have a question like, how can I tell which nouns drop f and add ves and which ones don't? Unfortunately, there is no rule to tell that. what you need to do is only memorize them. This is English. And now we come to the last part of our lesson, irregular nouns. Why do we call them irregular nouns? Because they are not regular. And why are they so? Because they don't follow the rule. Which rule? The rule of changing singular nouns into plural by adding s to the end of the singular noun, or any of the previous spelling rules that we learned before, like IES or VES or ES. They don't follow any of these. So like when you want to change this noun from singular into plural, the irregular noun from singular into plural, you don't follow any rule. You just learn the plural by memorizing it. So some nouns are completely irregular and do not follow any of the previous patterns. And we have the examples. Man, to change man from singular into plural, we don't put s. So like we say the plural of man is mans. No, that is wrong. What is the plural of man? The plural is men, because man is an irregular noun. And we have a list of these. We take as examples here: foot, feet, mouse, mice, goose, geese, child, children. And I'm also sure that you know some more, like woman, women, tooth, teeth. And you can write down also the other nouns, irregular nouns that you know. But please remember, like, these nouns have to be memorized. Like, you know more as you memorize more. Now we have some nouns that we call them tricky nouns when it comes into forming the plural. Why are they tricky? Because the singular and the plural form is the same. Some of these nouns are fish, so singular of fish is fish and plural is fish. The same for sheep, and also you have deer, D-E-E-R. That's it. I hope that you found today's lesson easy and interesting. So if you found it so and you really understood everything, then can you recognize singular and plural forms? If yes, please check. Can you change a singular noun to a plural one? If yes, also check. Can you apply the correct spelling rule as you change a singular noun into plural? What? Yes, so check. Recognize irregular plural forms. Can you now like tell some of the irregular plural forms? I hope so. So now if you feel confident enough, I want you please to go to Edmodo and take your online singular and plural exit sheet. That is a short assessment. We used to call it before a quiz, but from now on we're gonna call it an exit sheet, just like, so we don't think that this is a record of your mark. This is only a record of your attendance, of your progress, that you were there, that you watched the video, and that you understood what we talked about. But if you do not feel comfortable, please, I want you just to go and watch the video over again until you feel confident, and then you go take your online exit sheet. There is one more thing I want to tell you about. I know some of you might be enthusiastic to learn more, so always remember that you have Google to search everything, and you can do some extra research on the topic to enrich your knowledge more. Best of luck and see you in another lesson.